Pretty face, funny hat. That's what my Blondie is.
Lovable feet, both flat. That's what my Dagwood is.
Blondie's not always right. I let her think she is.
All of my thoughts are bright, long as he thinks they're his.
Life with us is
Fun and crazy,
baby dumpling.
us and Daisy,
What a family. Incredible, bumsteadable.
hurry, you'll miss your bus.
Watch out, you'll burn your stew. Nothing's too much for us. As long as with me there's you.
Dagwood and Blondie,
Blondie and Dagwood,
always with me there's you.
Hello, dear.
Hello, Daddy.
Oh, thank goodness you're all right. Oh, but Blondie, those cars out there, aren't they pulling over? Huh?
Now, keep calm, dear.
Yes, but...
Gentlemen, this is my husband.
Good afternoon.
How do you do? How do you do?
Hello. Who are they?
This is Mr. Wilson of the Depositors Protective League,
How do you do?
Hello.
Mr. Jasper of the Banking Association,
How do you do?
and the
do you do?
president of our bank, Mr. Judson.
Oh,
How do you do, Mr. Bumstead?
how do you do? Blondie.
Oh, the chief of police.
How are you?
Oh,
You'd better sit down, dear. They want to ask you a few questions.
me? What for?
This is going to be quite a shock.
Going to be.
Dagwood, someone has forged your name to a check.
My name?
Yes, your name. To a check for $50.
Oh, my goodness.
Came in the bank statement today, made out to a Cliff Peters.
Cliff Peters? But now that's...
Now, don't try to talk yet, dear.
Huh?
Just take it easy. You'll just confuse these men when they're trying to help us.
But...
This is a little bit out of my line, Mr. Bumstead, but as long as I'm here, I might as well take the routine information. Now, have you ever known anyone named Cliff Peters?
Oh, sure. You see, Cliff and
It'd be
I...
a lot easier, Mr. Bumstead, if you'll just answer yes or no.
Yes, but he's...
Just yes. Would you have any idea of his address?
Of course, he's...
Yes or no?
Yes.
Fine. Have you seen him recently?
Oh, sure, the day that...
Yes.
Yes.
And could you describe him?
Yes.
Go ahead, dear.
He's 5 feet 10 inches tall, blue eyes, brown hair, light complexion, and he has a little mole on his upper lip and the $50 that I loaned him.
You mean you wrote that check yourself?
Yes.
You loaned this man $50?
Yes, I did.
But why?
Because we were in the 4th grade together.
Well, you wouldn't think you ever got out of it.
Well, Mrs. Bumstead, under the circumstances...
How dared you do a thing like that without asking your wife?
But she wouldn't, you wouldn't have understood, and Cliff was going to pay me at the end of the month.
Then why didn't he?
Well, you see, dear, he had a little disappointment.
Oh, anything like the disappointment I've had? Did he ever do without a permanent month in and month out to save money? Did he?
No, but Blondie...
Don't interrupt me, Dagwood. Did he ever go without a bicycle like Alvin's because his father couldn't afford it?
No, I don't suppose...
Dagwood, did his husband ever deceive him into making a fool of himself in front of all these men? Well, I hope you're satisfied with the fool you've made of me.
Oh, now, this wouldn't have happened if you'd asked me first.
If I'd asked you...
Yes.
Oh, Dagwood, why didn't you talk it over with me? Every bit of this unpleasantness could have been avoided if you'd only asked me.
I'm sorry, dear. I didn't know that you'd let me lend him the money.
Well, I wouldn't. You don't suppose you could do anything as foolish and stupid as this with my consent, do you?
Now, just a minute, Blondie. This has got...
Not now, Dagwood. I'm not going to quarrel with you in front of the baby. Come, dear. I'll fix you something to eat.
Guess I got that settled all right.
We'll go into this later.
Yes, later. Far into the night.
Good morning, Alvin.
Morning. How'd the argument come out last night?
What argument?
The one you and Mr. Bumstead were having that kept us awake.
You mean you could hear it over at your house? You couldn't hear what we were saying, could you?
I went to sleep. But Mr. Bumstead certainly was a sap to lend Mr. Peters $50.
Baby Dumpling, what would you do if you were in my spot?
I'd join the Boy Rangers and go away to camp.
You can't for a while. Your mommy says you're old enough to understand you're too young to go to camp.
If I'm old enough to understand, I'm old enough to go.
Well, that's your problem, Baby Dumpling. Right now, I've got one of my own.
Why don't you just make the lug pay you back your half a seat?
Yeah. Why, Alvin, what would your father think of that kind of language?
It wouldn't be what you'd think, Mr. Bumstead.
Oh, I don't know. Fathers are pretty much alike.
Yeah? Well, I'd like to see my old man lend anybody 50 berries without getting a note for it. Come on, twerp. Why, Alvin, since when have you started talking like that? Since I found out that's how we're going to get to join the Boy Rangers. How? I heard Mrs. Potts tell our mothers that she had Dickie and John join because it'd stop them using slang. Oh, and our mother said we didn't use slang. So now we do. Get it? Brother, I hear you talking. Thank you. Says me. Oh, yeah? You heard me, Mug, and I meant it. One more crack and I'll flip you.
Oh, both of you. Stop at this instant. I never heard such language.
But he said...
I don't care what he said. Shake hands and make up.
I'm willing, but he just won't agree with me.
Baby Dumpling, don't be stubborn. Agree with Alvin.
You think I should? All right, Alvin, my daddy is a dumb clock.
Why, Alvin, how dared you say that your mother didn't like her new permanent wave? Run along, Alvin.
I guess you need a new frying pan, Mommy.
Yes, Mommy needs a lot of things, dear. But you can't have new pans and lend people $50. But of course, we have to understand, baby, that your father has known Mr. Peters a lot longer than he's known us. You see, baby, when people are in the 4th grade with people, those people come first, particularly when they were in the 4th grade as long as your father probably was.
Now, Blondie, stop influencing Baby Dumpling against me.
Oh, I guess he's old enough to see how much more your friends mean to you than we do. Aren't you, dear?
Yes, Mommy. And I'm old enough to join the Boy Rangers, too.
You are not. I've told you that 50 times.
But, Blondie, we didn't need the money this month.
Who said we didn't?
Well, Cliff will give the money back right away.
Right away when? Next month or the month after?
This month. This week. This day. I'll get it today.
Oh, Dagwood, you will?
I will. I'll leave the office early, even if I lose my job for it. But I'll get it.
Oh, Dagwood, you're wonderful. But don't you dare lose your job. Oh, dear, hurry up.
I can stand this only 2 years more, I'll get my pension.
Hi, Bozo.
So, holding out on me, are you, Peters? That's the best dog in the lot.
Sure he is. That's Champion Chin-Up, white tie for dinner. But you wanted a show dog.
But my heavens, man, this dog has every show point you can hope for.
Except that he won't show. You're right. He's perfect, not a flaw in him. But he slept through every show he's been entered in, thrown out of the best shows in the country. I wouldn't sell Chin-Up to my worst enemy.
Say, clear. Hey,
Hello, Daggy. What brings you here?
say, Blondie found out about that little matter. You know.
Oh, yeah. Well, run up to the office. I'll be right there. Go ahead.
Well, oh.
What does mean?
Probably means war. Now, I've got a dog down here I think you'll like.
Hi, Toots.
Baby Dumpling, did you say that to me?
I wasn't talking to your Aunt Hannah.
Where did you ever pick up such language?
Not from the Boy Rangers. They don't use it.
Of course not, and neither do any other nice little boys. Say you're sorry, dear.
I'm sorry, Mommy. I'm sorry I can't join the Boy Rangers, too.
When you're older.
Oh, man's home is no longer his castle.
Stop talking like your father.
Okie doke. I mean, okay. What smells so good?
Stu, baby, we're having Daddy's favorite dinner tonight. How would you like your bicycle?
Quick.
We'll get it tomorrow.
Like Alvin's?
Or better.
Blondie!
We must be awfully nice to Daddy tonight, baby Dumpling.
Blondie!
Hello, Daddy.
Hello, dear.
Hello.
Well, did you have a nice day?
Oh, yes, fine, fine. Hello, baby Dumpling.
We're gonna have stew.
Oh, swell.
Yes, your favorite dinner.
Yeah.
Well, did you have a nice day?
Oh, yes, fine. Did you?
Oh, yes. Well, that is, Dagwood, did you get it?
Oh, more than got it.
Oh, more?
Look. Hey, guess who that is?
Seabiscuit?
No, Champion Chin-Up, white tie for dinner.
But we've got a dog.
Yeah, but, Blondie, you'll learn to love Chin-Up, too.
You mean he's going to live here?
Oh, Blondie, don't worry.
Don't worry. Look at those wrinkles. Even he's worried. Well, darling, if you must have an extra dog, I suppose we can manage. If he doesn't mind being crowded a little. Now, where's our $50?
Oh, well, that's what I've been trying to tell you. This is our $50.
Nip-ups?
No Chin-Up, and he's worth 1,000.
Dagwood, how many bicycles can I buy with that? How many telephone bills can I pay?
But, Blondie, this is a show dog. Just think of the cups we can win with him.
We can win a whole set of dishes at the movies, and that only costs a quarter. Oh, Dagwood, how could you?
Oh, but, Blondie, Kurt didn't have the money, and when I told him I just had to have it, he made me a proposition.
Do you call that monster a proposition?
Oh, but Chin-Up wasn't his first idea. I talked him into it. For a measly $50 we own him. Oh, here's his papers.
Does he read?
Huh? Oh, no, this is his pedigree. Oh, look at him. You can see what he's worth. Why, he's absolutely perfect, and his whole family has been for generations.
Dagwood, you take that hound of the Baskervilles right back to Mr. Peters. He smells just like a dog.
Oh, I can't. You see, Cliff was just leaving town for a few days to raise some money.
You mean he might have the 50 when he comes back?
He expects to.
Well, the instant he gets home, you take that elephant back to him and get our money.
Then he can stay now?
Yes. We'll keep him as security.
Security.
Oh! Oh! My lovely Stu.
Blondie, I didn't know she'd act like that.
But you did know we can't afford to feed anything that eats the way he does, didn't you? A whole stew in one gulp.
What are we going to do about dinner?
I don't know what you'll do, but I'm going to see if Mrs. Fuddle has enough for Baby Dumpling and me. Come on, dear.
But, Blondie, I'm hungry, too.
Well, you can work that out with your stew gulper-upper.
Why don't you build yourself a sandwich, Daddy?
That's what I'll do.
J.C. Dithers Construction Company. One moment, please.
Good morning, Mr. Dithers. Good morning, Mr. Dithers.
I'm seeing no salesman today, Mary. They drove me crazy yesterday.
Oh, I'm sorry about the two that got into your office, Mr. Dithers. They just walked in while I was busy at the switchboard.
Well, it won't happen today. I'm using Bumstead's office.
Turn around. There's plenty of room in there.
Are you a salesman?
Yes, sir. I represent the Doggy Dog House Company.
Get out.
But Mr. Bumstead wanted to buy...
Get out before I throw you out.
Yes, sir.
Come in.
No, I want out. Hello?
Dagwood, what on earth are you doing?
Oh, I'm just looking at this house for our new dog.
What's happened to Daisy?
Oh, she's gone mad. About our new dog.
Well, it's nice you can afford to feed 2 dogs, Dagwood. Most people can't afford 1 right now.
Oh, he eats everything we do.
Dagwood, I want to use your office today. What can you do to keep out of the way?
Oh, I can stay in here if you like.
No, you spend enough time in the doghouse.
I could see Mr. Pincus about that utility plant contract.
Yeah, that's worth trying. Go on.
Well,
What are you waiting for?
Will you raise the roof?
I certainly will if you don't get out of there.
No, the top. I can't open it from the inside.
No. Hello. Oh, yes, Blondie. Yes, Dagwood's right where he usually is.
Well, when he comes back, will you ask him to call me?
Oh. Hello? Hello, dear. No. What happened?
Our $50 dug out under the back fence.
Oh, Blondie, you've got to go get him. He's too valuable a dog to run around. You've got to find out where he is.
Oh, no, I don't. I know where he is. The neighbors phone me every 10 minutes. So far, he's chased Mrs. Wordley's butcher boy, eaten her $3 steak, buried the bone in Mrs. Martin's front lawn, drunk Mrs. Bunn's fish pond and fish, and finished off 2 quarts of Mrs. Simpson's milk and cream.
But somebody might steal him. Dog nappers always keep their eyes peeled for dogs like Chin Up.
You don't happen to know the telephone number of a good, reliable one offhand, do you?
Blondie!
Come on, Dagwood. Come on. I've got to get to work.
Yeah, but the thing here, if you'll, yeah.
Now, remember, if you can get Waldo Pincus in here, I'll certainly make it worth your while.
I'll do my best, Mr. Dithers. Chin Up! Come back here! Come here. Come here. No. Nice. He's a nice dog. Yeah.
Well,
Huh?
thank you, young man. Thank you very much. I've been chasing this dog for almost a half hour.
You have? Why?
Why do you suppose? Because he's a valuable dog and I want him.
Well, now, you don't think you just tell me you want my dog and then walk away with him.
Your dog, your bats. Anyway, what are you doing on my property?
Your property?
Yes.
Oh, you Mr. Pincus?
I am. What do you want?
Well, the butler said... Well, Mr. Pincus, are you sure this is your dog?
Of course I'm sure. This is Hamlet's soliloquy. Why, have you a dog so much like him?
Yeah. Champion Chin-Up white tie for dinner.
Wow.
Yeah. And I guess his ears are a little better than this dog's, though.
Well, that's slander, mister. By the way, what is your name?
Bumstead. No, it isn't.
Well, you better make up your mind, hadn't you?
No, I mean, no, it isn't slander.
Oh.
Yeah, I think my dog's ears are a little better, and he's a little broader in the brisket, too.
Well, I'd like to see your dog, young man.
Oh, well, any time, and I'll show you that I'm right.
Would you consider selling him?
Would I?
Yeah.
Let's see, would I? Oh, well, he's a pretty expensive dog, Mr. Pincus.
Well, if he's what you say is Mr. Bumstead, money is no object. Where is he?
Oh, well, he's home. That is, I hope he's home. And maybe I'd better go and see. Well, I could bring him right back if...
Well, where'll he be about 10 o'clock tomorrow?
Well, he'll be home, but I'll be downtown. Hey, maybe I could stay... No, I'll take Chin up to the office with me tomorrow. That's 1128 Broad Street.
That's fine. 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh, we'll be there.
Well, wait a minute, young man.
Huh?
Who whelped your dog?
Oh, nobody has to. He helps himself to everything.
Now, why did I have to ask him that? Come on, Hamlet.
Bumstead. Just wait till you come out.
Glad I got rid of her. She meant business.
So do they, dear.
Hello. Oh, were you waiting to see me? Huh? $3.60, $1.80, $4.10. What is this?
Bills, Mr. Bumstead, bills. Mine's for pies off my windowsill.
My prize petunia bed.
My little girl's birthday cake with a ring and a thimble in it and 7 candles.
And this, Mr. Bumstead, is a petition.
Oh.
Unless that hungry hippopotamus is out of this neighborhood by tomorrow, we're asking you to be.
I'm afraid you people are going to feel pretty silly about not having appreciated Chin-Up.
Appreciated him.
As a matter of fact, why don't you get baby Dumpling that bicycle he's been wanting?
Oh.
And, how about that permanent? And as a matter of fact, we might even talk about that new washing machine.
You might talk about that prehistoric monster we came here to talk about. Does he go or stay?
He'll be out of this house tomorrow.
You're going to sell him.
Well, I really haven't anything to say, Blondie, except that you're due for a big surprise.
Construction company. One moment, please.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning, Mr. Dithers.
Morning, Mary. Bumstead in his office?
Yes, Mr. Dithers, but Mr. Pincus is with him.
Pincus. Walter Pincus?
Yes, sir.
Ollie. Ollie.
Yes, sir.
Get the blueprint of the utility plant and bring it into Bumstead's office.
Look, Mr. Dithers, the only plans we have are all wet.
I didn't ask you how you like them.
I mean, the blueprint's just out of the tank. It's still damp.
I don't care. Bring the damp plans in there.
Yes, sir.
Well, he's certainly everything you said he was, Mr. Bumstead. Now, if you're ready to talk money...
Well, good morning, Mr. Pincus. I'm J.C. Dithers. After the way I've been trying to see you, I'm certainly sorry to have kept you waiting.
Dagwood, whatever is that?
Chin-Up, white tie for dinner.
For whose dinner?
That's his name. Immense, isn't he?
Enormous. Oh, you like him? I'm glad Bumstead kept you amused until I got here.
Kept me amused. Do you mean that this was a ruse to get me to see this This swindler?
Now, Mr. Pincus...
Swindler? Bumstead, if you didn't tell Mr. Pincus what we got him here for, I'll not be responsible for what I'll do to you.
Here's the blueprint, Mr. Dithers.
I can do it without a blueprint. Oh, thanks.
Mr. Pincus only came to see Chin-Up. It had nothing to do with the plant contract.
You mean you're using my time and my offices for your personal conferences?
But Mr. Pincus wanted to buy Chin-Up.
No, no, I don't. And you two are not fooling me any with this act. You can keep your chin up.
But Mr. Pincus, you said yourself that Chin-Up was just the kind of a dog that you've been wanting for the show.
So I made a mistake. He's a humpback, lop-eared imposter.
Oh, he is not. And he'll show rings around your soliloquy, and you know it.
Ah.
Oh, all right, I'll prove it. I'll enter him, and he'll show like the blue blood that he is.
Well, with that blueprint in him, he should.
Oh, Chin-Up. Chin-Up, what are you doing here? Give me that. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Dithers. I'll have another one made for you.
I don't want another one. I want that one.
Yeah, but this is...
Either that blueprint or you're fired.
Oh, well, in that case, come on, Chin-Up. Come on. Come on, get up.
As for you...
I know. I called you a swindler.
You certainly did.
Well, I take it back. Now, look, maybe we can do some business together.
You mean you think...
I think we'll still be able to talk about my new plant. You see, I'm very fond of my dogs, Mr. Dithers, and it's mighty important to me to have my Hamlet soliloquy win the blue ribbon this year. And he'll stand a lot better chance if Bumstead's dog is kept out of the show.
Oh.
A lovely little litter of 7.
Litter? But the plans call for building.
Well, I don't know what you'd planned, but you've got puppies, Mr. Wade.
Mr. Wade, that's me. Is she all right?
She's doing splendidly.
Oh. Gee. How is he?
You better get yourself another job and $35.
$35?
Yes, $5 for pumping his stomach. $25 for swallowing a box of my rabies cure pills. $5 for pumping his stomach a second time. The wear and tear is gratis.
Oh, but I haven't $35.
Well, then you haven't a dog either.
Oh, but I have to have him. I'm entering him in a dog show.
Don't make me laugh.
What's so funny about that?
This is Cliff Peters' champion chin-up, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen him show. He doesn't.
What do you mean?
Every time he hits a ring, he goes to sleep. He's been disqualified in every show he ever entered. How about my money?
Oh, you'll have to wait a little.
Little or long, it's all the same to us. It'll be $2 a day while waiting.
Yeah, but...
Dagwood. Huh? Do you really feel so badly about selling that dog?
Oh, no, dear.
Oh, yes, I can tell. And after you've just made such a good deal on selling him, all I can think of is that you miss him.
Blondie, did I say I had sold Chin-Up, or did I even say I was going to?
No, dear. You didn't have to. Oh, Dagwood, I'm so proud of you. And I'm sorry I didn't give you credit for better business judgment when you came home with him. And I'm sorry for the way I acted about Chin-Up, too. But you do understand, don't you? Good night, dear.
Good night. But, Blondie, I thought...
I know you want it all to be a surprise, so I'm not asking you one thing. Not even the amount of money. Good night, dear.
Good night.
But if you could give me just an idea, you know, about how much money I can plan on?
Well, Blondie, maybe you'd better wait a little before you plan on anything.
What?
Oh, I just said...
Well, I know what you said. What did it mean?
Well, just that, well, these deals aren't always as quick as you'd expect. sometimes there's a little, well, a delay. And sometimes you have to, well, wait a little. And sometimes surprise is surprise.
Baby Dumpling and I wanted to do some surprising, too. So we bought his bicycle today. It'll be here tomorrow. I made my appointment for my permanent tomorrow, and the man's coming about the washing machine. Well, I can do without the washing machine. I can go around without a permanent. But if I have to tell Baby Dumpling that he can't keep his bicycle because his daddy...
Oh, no, Blondie. Don't do that.
You mean, then it's all right if he keeps it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Oh, I'm sorry I misunderstood, dear. But you do understand about the baby's bicycle, don't you?
Oh, yes, I understand.
As long as he can have it, nothing else matters. Dagwood?
Huh?
Will it be all right about the permanent, too?
Uh-huh.
And the washing machine?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Dagwood, you're such a lovely, generous husband.
Uh-huh.
Good night, dear.
Good night.
Sleep well.
Yeah. Blondie, I won't blame you for anything you say or anything you do, but I've got to tell you, I didn't sell Chin Up. He's at the vet's because I couldn't pay the bill. I couldn't sell him anyway because he won't show. And I lost my job. Huh? I lost my job. Well, say it. Well, say something, Blondie. Huh? Oh.
You're taking cold, darling.
And just think, Mrs. Bumstead, no more wrecked, red, raw, and roughened hands. No suds, sneezes, stiffness, strain, or stoop. And I stand behind every machine I sell.
For how long?
For the entire life of the machine, my little man.
How's Mr. Bumstead going to like that?
Run along, Alvin. Baby Dumpling's waiting for you to teach him how to ride his new bicycle. My goodness, it certainly does do, doesn't it?
It certainly does, Mrs. Bumstead. It certainly does. And remember our motto, a flick of the wrist, the greatest of ease, and back-breaking bending is gone with the breeze.
Oh, how does it work?
Just this little switch here. This position for off, this position for normal slushing, this position for more violent agitation, and the fourth position for all it's got. And that's the thing to remember, Mrs. Bumstead. Never turn it to the fourth position unless the legs are securely fastened to the floor.
Beep, beep, cuckoo. Beep, beep. Beep, beep.
Alvin, whatever are you doing?
I'm teaching Baby Dumpling how to ride his bicycle.
Well, I don't think he's going to learn much watching you break your neck.
Come on, Squirt. Bust one of your own wings. Cow, chum, now you're cooking with gas.
Baby Dumpling, Alvin, you simply cannot talk like that.
I guess the only way we'll ever get over it is to join the Boy Rangers.
Well, for the moment, Alvin, you can join your mother. And ask her if Baby Dumpling can have lunch with you while I'm getting my permanent.
You said a mouthful.
I said lunch. I guess boys will be boys.
At the risk of repeating myself, Mrs. Bumstead,
Yes?
your entire washing is done with one operation. No boiling, no soiling, no rubbing, no wringing.
I beg your pardon.
No wringing.
It is ringing. Pardon me.
Perhaps I could hold your attention.
Who?
This is the Glen Haven Dog and Cat Hospital.
Just a moment, please. Would you mind? Now, what did you say?
Look, it's Glenn. I mean, it's Dr. Glenn, the Dog and Cat Hospital, where your dog is.
But our dog's right here. You must have the wrong number.
No, I haven't got the wrong number. Look, lady, I'm tired and I don't want to play games.
And I tell you, there must be some mistake.
No, there's no mistake. It's his dog.
His champion chin-up? Do you mean to tell me that Mr. Bumstead, that he just put that animal, that he... Oh, the wolf.
No, lady, it's not a wolf. It just eats like one. It's a great hulking bulk of worthless dog that eats and eats and eats.
Of course he eats. He's a show dog with a pedigree. And my husband paid $50 for him.
50 cents would have been too much. And as a show dog...
He won't show? He goes to sleep? Oh. Oh.
What's it mean, Mommy?
It means Daddy didn't sell chin-up. And that Mommy isn't going to get a washing machine or a permanent and... Be brave, Baby Dumpling.
I know, and my bicycle's got to go back. Never mind, Mommy. It was nice having it all morning.
Baby Dumpling, did you want to join the Boy Rangers as much as you wanted a bicycle?
More.
Then you can. And you can go to camp, and you can make fire with sticks, and you can carry a knife, and you can live in a tent. 'Cause if we stay here, we'll live in a tent anyway, and... Anyway, we're not going to stay here.
Where are you going, Mommy?
I'm going to see a lawyer.
Now, Mrs. Bumstead, if you will sign right here.
I'm sorry, but I don't live here anymore.
Mrs. Bumstead, you've already agreed.
That was before my life was ruined. Please turn it off and take it away.
But you've committed yourself.
I want a washing machine just as badly as you want to sell one. But I've got to cancel a bicycle, return a permanent, and get a divorce this morning. Now, will you please turn that thing off?
But isn't there some way?
No. There. Baby Dumpling, open the door.
Here. You can't touch that.
But Mommy said...
I don't care what Mommy said.
But Mrs. Bumstead...
And stop Mrs. Bumstead. From now on, I'm the ex-Mrs. Bumstead.
Nobody goes through that door until that glue dries. Look out! Look at that door. Look at that door. Look at that door.
You see, Mrs. Bumstead, we lawyers always try just as conscientiously to keep right couples together as we try to get wrong couples apart. Now, a nice young wife like you wanting a divorce, so it's a pity.
It's a triangle.
It usually is. Do you feel your husband still loves you?
I thought he did. Until he brought that creature home
To visit you?
to live with us
Oh, my.
and eat us out of house and home.
Oh, you sound as if you resent the eating most.
I do. I wouldn't have minded everything else. But when the washing machine man was in the kitchen, the veterinary phoned that Dagwood didn't sell Chin-Up at all, and Baby Dumpling's bicycle had to go back. All on account of a dog that my husband loaned $50 to get. And that was the end. Of course, it's not that I mind dogs. We have one. It's just that Dagwood shouldn't have taken this one instead of the $50 that Cliff Peters owed him without asking me.
Your husband told you he'd sold the dog?
Come to think of it, not exactly.
You don't want a divorce, Mrs. Bumstead. This is a very clear case of not enough love.
But I do love my husband.
I mean the dog. It strikes me you're jealous of that animal.
I am not. I have only love in my heart for him.
That's it. You have only love in your heart. If you say that every time you look at the dog, your troubles will all smooth out.
I don't believe it. My husband and I have talked and talked about this, and words won't change a thing.
Why don't you think it over?
I have thought it over, and every time I think about that dog...
You have only love in your heart.
I have only love in my heart.
Well, good morning. Don't be silly, Dagwood. Come out of there.
I won't come out. You can't intimidate me, Mr. Dithers.
Nonsense. I just want to congratulate you on that stroke of genius yesterday.
Cross your heart?
Cross my heart. Pincus and I are going to do business after all, so you got your job back on one condition.
Is it a possible one?
Of course it is. It's just that you promised not to enter Chin-Up in the dog show.
Is that the only condition?
Oh, I know what it means to you, Dagwood, but do you agree?
No, Mr. Dithers.
What?
Well, you don't know what it means to me, and I do agree.
Fine, fine. Oh, one more thing. Huh? I want to buy your dog.
You want to buy him?
Yes, what did he cost you?
Well, he cost me $50.
Well, that's all right.
But I can't sell him for that.
Why not?
Well, I've got to get a bicycle out of him now, and I got to get a permanent.
Why, your hair looks pretty the way it is.
Huh? Oh, no, Mr. Dithers. You see, Blondie's getting a washing machine, and I got to pay the veterinary $35, and I got to give him $2 more every day that he keeps Chin-Up.
All right. It's a hold-up, but I'll pay you the $50, buy Baby Dumpling the bicycle, and Blondie the washing machine, and pay the vet. But come on, let's get the dog out right away. At least save the board bill.
Well, then he's yours, J.C.
All right.
But I better go home with you both to show you what to feed him.
Oh, no, I'm not taking that monster to my house. You're keeping him for me.
But if you like him well enough to buy him...
I'm buying him for Pincus to present him at the dog show, right at the psychological moment that'll cinch the deal, see?
Yeah, but when do I get the money?
At the customary time, as soon as I take possession. Now, come on.
You can talk from now until doomsday, but I still say $37 is outrageous.
Lady, for what that man-eating tiger consumes, $37 is a drop in his bucket.
Then I should think you'd want to get rid of him. $15 and I'll take him off your hands.
20.
17.
Boy, give the lady that four-footed famine and my shirt.
You should feel pretty proud of yourself for having settled this your own way.
Oh.
We want the Bumstead dog, $37, right?
Oh, it was right.
What do you mean it was? Not 1 cent more.
Oh, Mr. Dithers, you have to pay more. I can't take Chin-Up home. Blondie thinks I've sold him. Now, if you can't keep him, you'll just have to board him.
Well, all right. Make me a weekly rate of $10.
This hurts me worse than it hurts you. But I can't make you a weekly rate of $10.
All right, 15.
Oh.
Now, to take this out of your hide, Dagwood.
But if Blondie finds out that I haven't sold him yet, she'll leave me. You don't know how she feels about that dog.
Oh, all right.
And I have only love in my heart for you, too.
But how?
Never mind how, Dagwood. This takes care of everything. We've nothing else to worry about.
That's what you think. I don't know yet. But when I figure out how this was done to me, who did it and why, I'll sue you in every court in the land. Oh, everything over. I'll get you over.
Oh. Do you two see what you've done? You ought to be made to sweep up every bit of it. The least you can do is say that you're sorry. I accept your apology, Daisy. And you? Oh. Great Dane Specialty Show. Cash award of $500. Award, $500. 22nd Annual Dog Show. Added attraction. Great Dane Specialty Show. Cash award of $500. Oh. $500. Do you realize what that means? Do you realize what you could do for this family, Chin-Up Peters? Hyphen Bumstead, hyphen $50. If you had one grain of appreciation, one iota of gratitude. I still have only love in my heart for you. But how you can lie there and look me in the face. Man's best friend. Oh. In the shade of the old apple tree. In the shade of the old apple tree. In the shade of the tree. The old apple tree. Why, Chin-Up, you're... Oh, please do it again, Chin-Up. Come on, Chin-Up, come on. Believe me, Chin-Up, I have only love in my heart for you. But if you don't... In the shade of the old apple tree, in the shade of the old apple tree. You can! In the shade of the old apple tree, where the love in your eyes I could see, when the voice that I heard, like the song of a bird, seemed to whisper sweet music to me. I could hear the dull buzz of the bee in the blossoms as you said to me. With a heart that is true, I'll be waiting for you in the shade of the old apple tree. Oh, Chin-Up! Oh, Chin-Up! You can!
Daisy, you're clean. Morning, Mr. Bumstead.
Well, well, you certainly look like a bright new penny.
I bet you wished I looked like a bright new $50 bill. Morning.
Oh, hello, Alvin.
Morning, Alvin. My mother wants to know if I can wash my knees. Our water heater's broken.
Certainly, Alvin. Right in the bathroom. Well, there's Mommy's little soldier.
Uniform certainly does make a difference in a man.
Don't get straight out of there. That's my tub.
There's lots of room.
No, a man's got to have some privacy in his own castle. Now, you get out of my bath water.
I'm not using much of it. We boy rangers are singing at the dog show today.
Well, I'm singing in my bathtub today, and you get out of it. Every Sunday I heat enough water for myself, and every Sunday somebody gets in it. Every Sunday I have to go through the same thing about hot water.
And all the rest of the week you're in it.
Oh. Blondie!
Yes, dear.
I need a clean towel.
The laundry came last night, and I haven't opened it yet.
Oh. Every Sunday. Where is it?
In the kitchen. Dagwood? Oh.
Oh, pillow skins.
Hello? Oh, hello, Mr. Dithers.
Hello, Blondie. Is Dagwood there?
He's in the kitchen. I'll go get him. Oh.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Dithers.
Is my presentation to Pincus all set for this afternoon?
Everything's swell, and Blondie's been fixing him up like anything.
Oh, then Blondie knows about our deal?
Oh, not a thing. And she's going to get the surprise of her life. But we've got to think up a good reason for taking Chin-Up out.
Oh, I'll think up something. Let me talk to Blondie.
Okay, I'll go up and get her.
Oh, Dagwood, don't go up. She's in the kitchen.
Oh.
I haven't found Dagwood yet, Mr. Dithers, but I know he's around somewhere.
Well, of course he is. I just talked to him.
Well, if you've already talked to him, why'd you leave the receiver off the hook?
Oh, Blondie, did you speak to Mr. Dithers?
Yes.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello?
Do you know where I live?
No?
Well, do you know where you live?
No, yeah, I live here.
Oh, then that's my house across the street because we just moved in opposite you.
Hello! Hello, Mr. Dithers.
Listen, Dagwood, if Blondie isn't in on the deal, how are we going to get the dog out of the house without her finding out?
Well, I'll work something out, and you just come at 1 o'clock, Mr. Dithers, and leave
Everything to me. All right. Goodbye.
Blondie, that's my bath water.
It is? Shame on you, Chin Up, using your father's bath water.
My goodness.
Some in chains, some in rags, and some in velvet gowns. Some in chains, some in rags, and some in velvet gowns. Hark, hark, the dolls do bark. Old dog Trey's ever faithful. Grief cannot drive him away. He is gentle, he is kind. I'll never, never find a better friend than old dog Trey. Oh, where has my little dog gone? Oh, where can he be? With his ears cut short and his tail cut long. Oh, where is I lost my little dog? Can't find my little dog. Must have my little dog. Oh, where can he be?
Now, don't forget to thank Mr. Dithers for coming all the way over to our house just to drive you boys down here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Dithers. Thanks.
Yeah. Mr. Dithers and I will walk up with him.
Oh, no, I will.
Oh, there's no need to, Blondie. I want to look up a man in here anyway.
Yes, and we wouldn't want you just waiting.
No, of course not. Suppose I drive you someplace before we go in.
Oh, no, I don't mind waiting. Maybe Chin Up would like a walk.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, and we'll take him, huh?
Come to think of it, he's had enough exercise.
Now, look here, Blondie.
Mr. Dithers, let's see if your man's here first.
Well, all right. Now, Blondie, don't let anything happen to Chin Up.
Don't worry, I won't. Daisy, you wait here.
Hey up, folks, a hot dog, the finest dogs in the show.
Have you got the cards ready?
Get your hot dogs, folks, the hottest dogs in the show. Have your dog and eat it, too. A hot dog, a penny green with every hot dog. Get your hot dogs, folks, the hottest dogs in the show. Have your dog and eat it, too. A hot dog.
Come on, Julie. Julie, where are you? Oh, lady! Your dog ate my Julie, my little dog.
Oh, that's all right. Nothing seems to ever disagree with your dog.
My little dog.
Oh, spit it out.
Come.
Spit it out.
Come.
Spit it out. Oh, spit it out.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
Spit it out.
Oh, here she is. There you are. Just gonna find my Julie.
Hello?
Hi,
Bye, kids. Now we see you later.
Bye, Mr. Dithers.
Good luck, boys.
Bye, Mr. Bumstead. Bye, Daddy.
All right, men. Places. What do you sing?
I sing flat.
Soliloquy's in pretty good shape, don't you think, Mr. Pincus?
He looks fine. Oh, pardon me, lady, but what dog is this?
This is Champion Chin Up White Tie for dinner.
Double-crossed.
No, he isn't crossed at all. Pure strain.
Well, I never learned to keep my mouth shut.
Here you are, madam, in stall 13.
Thank you. Well, we've got to have another stall then. What kind of luck would we have with a number like this?
You'll have to see Mr. Griffin about that, madam, but I don't think you'll have much luck with him either. He's over here.
I wouldn't worry, Mr. Pincus. Soliloquy will outshow any dog. And I'd like to lay money on it.
Never mind the money. I'd like to lay my hands on J.C. Dithers, that's all.
But I've told you over and over, Mrs. Bumstead, I'd be delighted to give you another stall if there were one.
Oh, there he is, Mr. Dithers.
How in the world did he get in here?
I suppose he just came to see the dogs.
Nonsense. Blondie probably got tired of him and brought him in.
Huh? Because it's Jenna. Oh, now, why did Blondie...
Stop worrying, will you? I've told you all along it'll be all right. Now, this simplifies everything. Come on, old fellow.
Oh, no, not you.
I can't wait to see Pincus' face.
Yeah, hi.
Well, Mr. Pincus, your dog certainly looks fine.
Oh, so you're here.
Why, I should say so. I wouldn't miss this for the world. Matter of fact, I have a little surprise for you.
Oh, you have, huh? Well, I have a little surprise for you, too. You cheap, chiseling, double-crossing swindler.
Why, Mr. Pincus, what do you mean?
You know what I mean. Whose dog is that?
Oh, mine.
And you had nothing to do with it, I suppose.
Are you insane? Why should I put Bumstead's Daisy in a dog show?
So you could... Daisy? What's that floor mop doing there?
Oh, she must have followed Chin Up here.
Then Chin Up is here.
Well, of course he is, Mr. Pincus. I brought him as a present for you.
For me? You mean he's mine?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to thank you. But we'll talk about that contract after the show.
Oh, now, Mr. Pincus, I don't want you to feel indebted in any way. I'm only giving you the dog because you liked him.
Thank you. Am I pleased?
May I have your attention? The next class will be Great Danes, the best to be awarded Mrs. F. Bell Hoggleberry's annual prize of $500. Will owners and handlers kindly bring their entries to the ring?
But how can we win with a number like 13?
How can you win without a dog in the ring?
Oh.
Why, this dog could win with his head down and his tail between his legs, Mr. Pincus.
I hope so. Good luck. Come on, Chin Up. Up here. Come on, boy. That's right. There we are. All right, now you boys can sit in my box.
Oh, you didn't let somebody steal him, did you? I don't like 13 either, but you shouldn't have changed till your mother got back.
Be sure and keep her ears up. And watch her angulation.
There are 3 dogs entered in this class. Will the owner or handler of the third one please bring him to the ring?
Wait a minute. I'm trying to get through the crowd with my chin up.
Chin Up, white tie for dinner?
That's right. And is Mr. Pincus crazy about him?
Waldo Pincus, the millionaire Dane fancier? You say he's crazy about Chin Up?
Yes, sir.
Who's that woman showing my dog?
Well, that's Bumstead's wife.
Blondie.
Oh, so the dog was here as a present to me, was he? What goes on?
Well, I didn't know he was entered in the show.
It's a complete surprise, Mr. Pincus.
Surprise. Why, you double-crossing, miserable, cheap low...
No, wait a minute, Mr. Pincus. Even if Chin Up wins, he's your dog.
Huh? Say, that's right. Of course that's right.
Hiya, Daggy. Say, I meant to call you a couple of days ago. I know you and Blondie rather have your 50 back than have a big dog like Chin Up to feed.
Oh, no, thanks, Cliff. I've made a better deal.
Will you line your dogs up here, please?
So that's the kind of a dog you were giving me, just to make me a laughingstock. Why, you...
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Pincus. Maybe he's tired.
So am I. And you just mention that dog or contract to me again and see what happens.
So, as nice as I've been to you all my life, you were going to try to gyp me.
Then you're not going to buy him, Mr. Dithers?
Do you think I'm crazy? Not only is the deal off, but you're fired as of last June.
Well, Cliff, I'll take that 50.
Oh, no, you refused my offer.
$25?
Nothing doing.
10.
Oh, please, chin up, please. Remember what you did in the kitchen.
Please don't talk to your dog.
Oh, but he's forgotten something.
Well,
chin up, if you'll just...
Quiet, please.
In the shade of the old apple tree, in the shade of the old apple tree.
Quiet.
Please, play in the shade of the old apple tree.
I'm afraid we don't know it.
Oh.
Mommy, we know trees.
Sure.
It won't do. It has to be apple. All right. I don't know how much good it'll do, but play it anyway.
I think that I shall never see. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree.
chin up, white tie for dinner. Kindly step into the ring.
This your dog, Mr. Pincus?
It certainly is.
Oh, no, you refused him, so I didn't give him to you. The dog is mine.
No, Mr. Dithers. You said you wouldn't buy him. He's mine.
How do you get that away? You said I could have him for the money back.
Now, we'll have to settle this later. Will you please leave the ring?
Just a moment. I have something to say. This happens to be my dog.
Your dog?
Yes, mine. Here's my entry card. Mrs. Dagwood Bumstead.
Well, that seems to be right, but since there's some sort of a misunderstanding, we'll have to settle it later. Now, please leave the ring.
Not till I get the money my dog won.
If anyone else claims this dog, I'll have to call the police.
You won't have to. I've got him just outside. I'm getting judgment against these people. Until I do, the dog is mine.
We'll talk about it later. Now, will you please clear the ring?
Indian giver. No wonder I called you a swindler.
No one can call me that 3 times, you dog thief.
You said I could have him, and a deal is a deal.
And if you want to know what I think of your utility plan contract, it's this.
And you've caused me trouble ever since the 4th grade.
This was all your father's fault for being such a sap.
I paid for him, you mule doctor!
Come on up here. He pulled a knife for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please. Please clear the ring before someone gets hurt.
Just a minute.
Well, if you'd just given me the prize in the first place, this never would have happened.
Well, Mrs. Bumstead, since you entered the dog, the officials have decided to give you the prize. If Mr. Pincus just tells me he has no valid claim.
I will, if Mr. Bumstead will sell me chin up for $1,000.
Oh, he will, Mr. Pincus, if you'll give us the contract. Won't you, Dagwood?
Only if Mr. Dithers will give you back your job.
Oh, naturally, I intended to, so...
And buy Baby Dumpling's bicycle and pay for the washing machine and the permanent.
This is a holdup.
Well, it's only fair, Mr. Dithers, after all the trouble you've caused us.
I caused you?
Well, it seems to be up to you, Mr. Dithers.
Oh, all right, it's a deal.
Now who says my daddy's a sap? So he came out all right. I guess he's just a sucker. That's better.
Well, Mr. Pincus, chin-up is all yours.
You bet he is. Because here's $50 on account. On account of I'm not going to get gypped out of him again. All right.
Oh, well, it ends well.
That's right.
Nobody gets the dog till somebody pays me the $20 I was gypped out of.
Wait a minute. Maybe we can settle this in a battle of wits. Dithers, I'll think of a number between 1 and 10, and if you guess the number, I'll pay the doctor. What's the number?
7.
Will I ever learn to keep my mouth shut?
No hard feelings.